Many Seattleites are discovering BINI for the first time, lured by the hype of a global tour that has already lit up stages from Dubai to New York. But make no mistake, because BINI is no ordinary rookie act. In just a few years since debuting in 2021, this Filipino girl group has skyrocketed to become P-pop royalty, collecting accolades and smashing records. They're on a mission to put Filipino pop music on the map, and judging by their accomplishments, mission accomplished so far. Last summer, BINI made history as the first Filipino pop act to perform at the massive K-Con festival in Los Angeles, a stage usually reserved for K-pop superstars. Not long after, they became the first Filipino group ever to win an MTV Europe Music Award for Best Asia Act, and even snagged Spotify's Global Breakout Artist honor. These are proof that BINI's explosive rise isn't a fluke but a force of nature, and that force has now swept across the ocean to Seattle's doorstep. To understand why hundreds of fans are chanting BINI in downtown Seattle tonight, consider BINI's journey. Picture 8 young Filipinas, including Joanna, Aya, Coley, Maloy, Gwen, Stacy, Mika, and Sheena, who started with a dream of representing the modern Filipina on a global stage. They trained rigorously for years and officially burst onto the scene with their empowering anthem Born to Win in 2021. But it wasn't a simple release. That cryptic teaser appeared on May 4th, 2021, through a QR code that led to a single, intriguing image. It was their first official teaser, and it didn't take long for fans to begin speculating. Who were they? What was the BINI-verse? And what was coming next? The answer arrived in June. On the 4th of June, their label Star Music formally introduced BINI with the release of their debut single, Born to Win. That song title was a declaration, and they backed it up with a debut event that turned heads across the country. That same day, BINI launched The Runway, the first segment of their official debut, streamed through KTX. The event combined fashion with music, marking their first major public appearance. They didn't show up quietly either. Dressed in bespoke designs by Filipino fashion legend Francis Liberan, the members stepped into the spotlight like seasoned stars. That very day, Metro Magazine published an exclusive feature and photo shoot, capturing the group in all their polished, powerful debut glory. If you're really interested in BINI's rise to fame, don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. But this was only the beginning. A week later, on June 11th, BINI returned for the second part of their debut rollout, the Showcase. Here, they gave fans an up-close look at who they really were, not just as performers, but as individuals with stories, struggles, and dreams. They performed Da Coconut Nut and Born to Win, alongside a special set of trio stages. Gwen and Sheena sang Kaisi Tandingan's Tagu Taguan, Colette, Joanna, and Maloy performed Biyaya by Janine Berdien, and Aya, Stacy, and Mika delivered a bold original rap titled World War C, which spoke to the strength needed during the pandemic. The event also featured behind-the-scenes footage from their rigorous training at Star Hunt Academy, offering fans a look at just how much work went into each polished move and note. Then, on June 13th, they made their first live television appearance as an official group with a performance of Born to Win on ASAP. It was a turning point. The wider public saw the spark, and from that moment, things moved fast. By August, BINI joined the Philippine K-pop convention's Happy Holiday 5, where they performed covers of various K-pop hits along with their own songs. In September, they returned with a new single, Kapit Lang, released on the 10th. Then, at the Miss Universe Philippines pageant on September 30th, they performed a special version of Born to Win for the swimsuit and evening gown segments. The crowd reaction was electric. Their reach was growing, and it wasn't confined to the Philippines. In February 2022, BINI graced the cover of Dubai-based magazine Expedition, alongside their brother group BGYO. The cover wasn't just printed, it was launched as an NFT in the metaverse, making BINI one of the first Filipino acts to make such a move. Later that year, in September, they released their second album, Feel Good. It featured 5 original songs and 2 bonus tracks. While the group was known for bright, upbeat pop, this album introduced Strings, a darker, more introspective track that marked their first clear step into new musical territory. On October 15th, they joined the Mr. Music The Hits of Jonathan Manalo concert, a star-studded celebration of the music producer's 2 decades in the industry. Then came 2023, and that's when things truly exploded. Early that year, NASA included 2 of BINI's songs, Kapit Lang and Golden Arrow, in the Lunar Codex archive, sending them to the moon. That same year, the group released Karerik and Pantropico, lead singles from their EP Tala Rawan. Carrera became a popular choice at school graduation ceremonies, thanks to its lyrics about ambition and resilience. But it was Pantropico that changed everything. A few days after its release, the song went viral on TikTok. The Pantropico dance challenge swept across the platform, drawing in millions of participants. Their Spotify audience surged, eventually passing 200,000 monthly listeners for the first time. By April 2024, Pantropico had become the anthem of the season, topping Spotify Philippines' daily chart and later surpassing 100 million streams. Talarawan, released in March on International Women's Day, emphasized themes of empowerment and self-expression. It featured not only Carrera and Pantropico, but also standout tracks like Salaman, which topped the Billboard Philippines Songs chart and marked yet another high point for the group. By the end of March, BINI had become the most streamed P-pop group and female OPM act on Spotify. In April, the group made an appearance on the Chinese variety show Show It All, hosted by Lei Zhang. Then in June, they cracked Spotify's Global Top Artists chart. The following week, they launched their official website and held National Happy BINI Day on June 11th to celebrate their 3rd anniversary. The next day, they performed at the Philippine Independence Day celebration. Unfortunately, the performance had to be cut short due to an uncontrollable crowd surge that resulted in several medical emergencies. It was a sobering reminder of their growing influence and the responsibilities that come with it. Soon after, BINI became the first Filipino act to top Spotify's daily Top Artists Philippines chart, even surpassing global stars like Taylor Swift. Their 3-day concert series, BINIverse, sold out at New Frontier Theater, followed by another 3-night run at Araneta Coliseum later in the year. A documentary series chronicling the tour was also released on I Want TFC. Their single, Cherry on Top, was released in July and quickly climbed to #1 on iTunes and YouTube's trending list. Billboard Philippines later confirmed that BINI dominated their charts with multiple songs, 6 in the top 25, 5 of which were in the top 10. In August, BINI and SB19 received the Voices of Asia Award from Billboard Korea. Later that year, BINI made history as the first Filipino act to win Best Asia Act at the MTV Europe Music Awards. Their hit Salaman was included in Apple Music's Best Songs of 2024, and by December, it and Cherry on Top were YouTube Philippines' most viewed music videos of the year. Spotify named BINI the top group of 2024, while Google listed them as the most searched female personalities in the country. On New Year's Eve, they performed at the Ayala Land Countdown in Makati. By February 2025, they released the single Blink Twice and announced a massive Valentine's Day concert at the Philippine Arena, which sold out all 55,000 seats, making them the first Filipino group to do so. That concert marked the beginning of their first world tour. Stops included Dubai, London, several US cities, and Canada. In May, member Sheena debuted as herself in a dramatized TV feature, while several of their songs were featured in a local musical theater production. When fans talk about BINI, they celebrate them like a proud parent at a graduation. These 8 girls have built something that's gone way beyond catchy music and viral dance trends. One Reddit user even called them objectively the strongest girl group in P-pop, vocally speaking. Now, that's coming from someone who broke down the harmonies, the breath control, and the choreo-packed stages like it was a math equation. And if that doesn't convince you, a vocal coach once analyzed Colet's technique during a live performance and said her vocal placement was not just good, it was smart. Smart, healthy, and powerful, all while delivering ad-libs in the middle of a high-energy routine. That just shows how rigorously they train. What really sets BINI apart is how they've helped shape a healthier fan culture. In a world where parasocial relationships get messy and privacy often gets ignored, BINI's fans regularly point out how the group handles fame with grace and boundaries. There's a particular Reddit post that stood out. A user wrote, BINI, using their fame and their platform, is giving voice to these celebrities who might want to publicly voice out these concerns. It's about setting a standard, a cultural reset, and it really is. Even during difficult moments, fans don't turn their backs. When a controversy arose online in 2024 involving a video clip that sparked criticism, the group released a statement owning up to the moment and promising to do better. Instead of dividing the fan base, their honesty pulled fans closer. People applauded the way they handled it. No excuses, just accountability. In June 2025, BINI crossed 1 billion Spotify streams. The same month, they were named Billboard Philippines Women of the Year. By the time they performed in New York City at the 127th Philippine Independence Day Parade, one thing was crystal clear. BINI wasn't just a rising act anymore. They were, and are, at the top of their game. And from the looks of it, the BINiverse is only expanding.